Kate. I'm here with Joe Mortensen. Joe, recently back from being deployed as a National Guardsman to assist with the hurricane relief efforts down in New York City. What was it like as you were driving through the area, witnessing some of the damage?
To be honest, it was kind of like I don't even know the word. Can't even think of the word that I'm trying to look for. But you could see just the amount of damage that was done. Even though there were some areas that weren't flooded, you could see how high the water actually rose in those certain areas. And it's just astonishing that the water level was that high. As far as everything else that's going on, there are definitely more areas that have a little bit more severe damage. I know that New Jersey, especially on the news, has been hit really hard. Lower Manhattan, a lot of them don't have power, and everybody's trying to do everything that they possibly can to help progress that stage.
When did you find out that you were going to be deployed? You're obviously up here in Lake Placid training for luge.
It wasn't necessarily a deployment. Myself and Sergeant Cunningham, who's also a member of the USA bobsled team, we're keeping contact with our commander with the 1156 Engineer Company out of Kingston, New York. We're keeping in touch with him, and then Sergeant Cunningham got a text message saying that they have been activated to go down to Manhattan. So then we asked the World Class Athlete Program based in Fort Carson, Colorado, if we can have permissive TDY orders to help assist our own unit. And once we were approved for those orders, we went down to our unit and assisted as much as we possibly could.
Okay.
How much time did you have to digest the call and then get ready and get down there?
I want to say probably about a half hour. I found out from Nick Cunningham, Sergeant Cunningham, probably around 11 o'clock in the morning, which then I sent a text message to our platoon sergeant or NCOIC in command at WCAP. They went and asked the first sergeant and then told me that I'd have an answer within 10 minutes, and I had an answer within 10 minutes, so we ended up getting our gear and heading down to our unit at that point.
How long were you down in New York?
What day is today?
Friday?
Since Tuesday.
And how much sleep did you get?
Tuesday night, went to bed around, I don't even remember the times. I would say probably about 4 or 5 hours a night at the very most.
And what was the presence? Obviously, you can't go into too much operational detail, but where you guys were operating, was there a heavy guard presence along with the other armed services?
There's a very heavy guard presence. There were a lot of guard units that have been activated. I don't know any numbers pertaining to who has been activated, but I do know that there were a lot of Marines there. There were a lot of Air Force, a lot of Navy. There were definitely a lot of Guardsmen. The Air Guard as well. And I believe that there have been military police also that have been activated.
Sure.
To help assist NYPD.
Can you go into a little detail about what you actually did? What duties were you told to execute?
It was standing by for any mission that we'd be put on. I think one of the missions that have already been announced on the news were the evacuation of Bellevue Hospital. We were on there moving patients from the higher levels down to the ambulance so they could be transported to a different hospital.
Part of you're focused primarily on training as a member of WCAP, but how does it feel this is probably the first time you've been deployed in a situation like this. What was it like?
It was an experience. It was definitely an eye-opening experience. I'm glad I was there to help assist as much as I possibly could. Everybody down there is doing as much as they possibly can to help aid everyone that's in need of the assistance down there.
And you've got family in the area, Huntington. Did you get a chance to go back and see them at all while you were deployed?
Unfortunately, I didn't. The cell towers, they've been knocked out, so it's very hard to get cell phone service down there right now. I have been made aware that everybody's all right. There's nobody that's injured. They said that there are certain parts of Long Island that have been hit pretty hard. As far as crossing over bridges, I think they put out something on the media already saying that you're not going to be able to get into the city without 3 more people in your vehicle. So as of right now, that's how the bridges stand.
That makes sense. High occupancy vehicles
Sure.
would be appropriate. Any anticipation that maybe they could ask you to go back at some point in the foreseeable future?
I would have to ask about that for people that... I'd have to go through the entire process again and see if I could be cleared to do that. But I also would probably have to check with my battalion at that point. They have a lot of people down there right now, so as of right now, I would think that I'd be staying here at training back on my orders that I have.
Okay. As an athlete who's not far from New York, I mean, as the crow flies, it's really not that far out to Huntington Station. Does it have a little more impact based on what those folks are going through? Because, you know, you're kind of from the neighborhood.
It does. Again, all I wanted to do is get down there as soon as possible, just trying to help and show that I still am, even though a member of the World Class Athlete Program, I'm a soldier at the same time. So I want to be able to give back as much as I possibly can and show that I am still here with my unit and available to help at the times that what we may come into contact with like now.